What's going on? Casuals Fantasy Football Podcast back at it. 4 mics, smoking and choking. Oh. After a little bit of an extended vacation, we're all back, putting some information down for you guys. How's everybody doing today, Richie?
Doing good. A little tired. Need to get some more sleep, but I'm rocking it out. How you guys doing?
You're rocking what up?
Obviously, Bo feels better after that burp.
Yeah, I thought Bo was about to throw
Danny
up.
Jangles.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ben's here. Corporation. Hey, what's going on? We're going to start our fantasy breakdown session back up. We have receivers 13 to 24 today. We're going to talk about the rankings and what we think. What's that, Bo?
I said, ooh, rank bank.
Rank bank.
I forgot.
Yep, another rank bank. So, yeah, I messed up and said fantasy breakdown. That's a whole different segment.
All right, let's rewind it like 30 seconds.
We're going to do a rank bank episode, 13 to 24.
It's actually pretty smooth.
Clean. Don't even cut that.
Cut that.
Choking.
Choke. And dogs. We have everything today. Choking, burping.
What's up, my dogs?
Ben, how'd the move go?
Not too bad. Actually, it was pretty fucking bad. Jordan and I started moving. I worked a half day and got done at noon. My mom started with him at 10 a.m. Like, they got the truck and started packing everything up from our old place. And then I got off at noon and started helping. Jordan and I didn't get the truck back to U-Haul and in our new place until 3 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good day's work.
It was pretty shit.
And then what'd you go out of town for, you and Jordan?
We just met up with some friends that we've known for a while in PA. We went to Gettysburg.
Okay. That's cool.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Cool, bro.
But axe throwing?
Oh.
That shit's pretty dope.
I've seen it. I've not done it.
We did that on my bachelor party.
Yeah,
I
seen
am
it.
garbage.
It's so hard.
Well, that's what she said. But it's like heavier than me, so it's also what she said.
On a roll with them.
Well, we're off to a flying start here today. All right, so Richie, how was your
I was
vacation?
about to say Richie's back.
Yeah.
Hi, bud. How's it going?
Not too bad. It was good. I recommend Gatlinburg to anybody. It was really fun. There's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff to do in Pigeon Forge, which is about a half hour away from Gatlinburg. But rode the Skyline, walked the Skyline Bridge. So it was good. It was a good time.
Right.
Yeah, Smoky Mountains are dope as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Very.
Oh, shit.
How was your weekend, Ken?
Sorry, Dad.
I played in my first softball tournament since 2012. It was
Did you smack some fat doinkers?
I did not. I did not smack. I smacked one fat
You were a fat doinker?
Yes.
Come on, man.
I am in the worst slump ever, so I got to get that shit fixed.
Ken thought that was the funniest thing I had ever said when I started like going to the gym with him and hanging out with him outside of work. Thought it was hilarious.
I've adopted fat doinker, so every time I hit one and playing the show upstairs, I scream fat doinker. My daughter just shakes her head and walks out of the room.
Makes sense.
All right, we ready for some rank bank, fellas?
Yes, sir.
I am.
All right, let's do this.
Slide it in the rank bank.
Yeah,
Is she here?
she's here. She's present.
She needs to get you out of that slump. She can be the slump buster.
Oh, she's
We're making some
far
noise.
from a
What's going on
slump
over
buster.
here?
I don't know. Sounds like Mackenzie's in the house.
What's up, girl? All right, yeah. Here we go.
Reset it.
Slide it in the rank bank.
All right, receivers 13 to 24. We left off. Who was number 12?
Let's just
Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Let's
run through
recap
1
it.
through 12,
Let's recap our consensus. So what we did is we all did individual rankings.
Facts.
We compiled them all,
Facts.
and then it gave us a Casuals Fantasy Football Podcast average of
Facts.
where they finished. So
This is factual.
This is the ranking.
And a cumulative score.
Yes, an accumulative. I can't say that.
Cumulative.
But can you spell it?
ACCUMAL. Yeah.
CUM.
A cumul. Close enough.
Our consensus 1 through 12 in order was Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Stephon Diggs, Calvin Ridley, A.J. Brown, Michael Thomas, DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, A-Rob, and Amari Cooper.
Okay, so where do we start today with 13, Ben?
Number 13 is Terry McLaurin.
As Bo affectionately calls him.
F1, baby. Hit him with that McLaren.
We love F1 out here.
so
I had him at 13.
I do. I'm the only one that had him as a wide receiver 1.
Where do you have him?
Oh, you did have him
10.
higher?
Had
Yeah,
him
Bo
at
had him at
10.
10. I had him at 13.
I had him at 14.
I had him at 16.
Oh, pretty close.
Yeah, pretty.
I think 13's a spare spot, a fair spot for him.
For me, it was
Casuals.
For me, it was the Fitzpatrick. I just don't know what to expect. I imagine he's going to be his number one.
So you took that as a
target.
question mark.
Yes.
And I've always been high on F1. I guess I kind of just, it didn't change my thought on him, but a lot of people are moving him up because of the gunslinger. And
I think if he can make a guy like Devontae Parker have a fantasy league winning season, that he can make someone like F1 even better than he already has been.
The reason I question is he's a little bit different receiver than Devontae Parker.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
So I don't think they have. He likes to push the ball downfield. Terry's more of a 15-yard and in kind
Who's
of.
who's gonna be their guy that they push down the field? Is that what do you think, De'Ami Brown?
Probably Curtis Samuel.
no, Samuel's 5 yards within the line.
Yeah,
Isn't he like 5'9"?
I mean,
Let's check sleeper.
unless they got one of the Sims guys. I mean, I don't know. If
Well,
any
we
of those,
witnessed in the playoffs that Cam Sims could be a deep guy
Mm-hmm.
if he had hands.
correct.
It'll probably be J.D. McKissick catching all their touchdowns and shit.
Oh, there's that one guy too.
Antonio Gibson.
I wish I had it written.
He didn't have the drop ready.
yeah.
I think he's just going to be steady like he
I don't know
has.
that they have a deep guy. That's kind of
That's what I thought they were going to address in the draft. I don't think De'Ami's that guy. He's not that dynamic. At least not what I seen on.
dynamic.
I don't know much about the Army Brown.
I didn't see it on tape anyway. Him being breakaway speed guy.
I thought he was dynamic.
You got to have the drums. Boom, boom.
Well, it was the second time I said it, so.
Oh. Well, it's still funny.
Can't do it the second
Hey,
time.
thanks.
All right. What? So anything else on F1?
It's just my dog.
Yep.
16 is not low, but it's low for what we all have him. Why so low, Richie?
Why so low? I mean, I guess the question.
Why
mark-
so low, Richie?
We're gonna get a lot of those this episode. But no, I had the question mark with Fitzpatrick. I mean, McLaurin's done a lot with less at QB. So, I kind of got to see him and Fitzpatrick get that connection down. And I can't remember who it was, Ken or Bo, but they made a good point with Fitzpatrick being the guy to push the ball down the field. And I don't really know if that's F1, but I definitely think that he's going to have a better season because of who's at quarterback.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Nobody else?
Yep.
All
What we
right.
got next?
Moving on to 14, Christopher Godwin.
Ooh.
He's one of those that has a different first name. What is it?
The Rod God, baby?
Yeah, that's
Rod
it.
Godwin?
That's what I was
Why does
thinking.
he not go
Rod
by
Godwin.
Rod Godwin? What is wrong with him? I think he's a junior.
Rod Godwin.
Yeah,
He's a junior Rod.
probably Junior Rod. Yeah, I had him at 18.
Fire, dude. Rod God. Oh, my God.
That's a lot of odds in there.
Yeah.
I had him at 18. Would you have him, Richie?
I had him at 12, so I had him as my wide receiver 1. He was the one that I was off on in the top 12.
I had Godwin at 15.
Well, I'm spot on with that 1-4, dude. That's his number, isn't it?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. He switched it.
Since Brady came, yes. Since Brady came, yes. So I was the lowest.
It's crazy. Some of these names you're looking at, you're like, how are they not higher?
Yeah.
His receiver 2 year was he a rookie? Or was that his sophomore year?
He's going into his fifth year.
Fifth year, yeah.
Because he was unrestricted.
So 2 years ago, he definitely wasn't a rookie. Okay.
2 years ago, he was. Yeah.
It was
mean-
his third year.
I guess I just had him low just because there's so many weapons on that team. It had nothing to do with his ability.
I think that helps him.
Just too much. Just too much around him.
Having a season under your belt with Tom Brady does a lot for you. I think he takes a step up or at least stays where he was, because if he plays all the games, he doesn't have that bad of a season.
Right.
I think Ken and I talked about it. He kind of disagreed with me because, everybody else could probably disagree too. But Tom Brady, I told him that Godwin's more of Brady's guy. But he always said that Brady never really has a guy because he spreads the
doesn't.
ball around, which I agree with. But I just think that he's the guy that he targeted most whenever Godwin was on the field.
I think Chris Godwin is more like the Julian Edelman role. I just think Tom Brady has it with Mike Evans that he can just lob it to the end zone and Mike Evans is going to come down with it.
Again, I just see too many weapons. There's too many pieces of pie.
I don't agree. Their tight ends are ass. The running backs are ass.
So you got O.J. Howard coming back. Gronk is Gronk. I mean,
And then they have that white boy tight end.
Cameron Brate. I mean, they just have
Gronk.
they have a lot of just weapons. They can. I just don't see anybody.
Oh, like the Browns?
Jesus Christ. And you're also forgetting about potentially one of the greatest receivers of all time is still there too.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
I fully expect progression as far as stats from last year. But this bottom wide receiver 1, top wide receiver 2 is a really good spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's in redraft, I'd say end of third round. It's probably a good spot for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fourth round.
Third, fourth round. I mean, third might be high. Yeah, you're right. Fourth round's probably a good
So
spot
with your
for him.
ranking, Ken, did you kind of like put in the injury risk?
Nah, I mean, there's always whenever I rank, everybody has an injury risk, but I just think there's just too many pieces of the pie. Way too many. That's all. I mean, he's a great player. I think his stats.
How does that not affect somebody like Tyreek Hill?
I don't think they have the weapons that Tampa even has, as far as on paper.
Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill are better than every player on the Bucs team.
Yeah, but you only named 2 people. They have 7 legit.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is better than every one in the Bucs backfield combined.
You're saying better, but as options, Helaire didn't have a better season than Ronald Jones.
Which is great.
He did not have a better
Fair enough.
So I don't know. I just think there's just too many options.
I completely agree with your take. There's one ball to go around, but I just want to remember your take when we get to Mike Evans.
Okay.
Somebody else that I would question that impacting the same way as Amari Cooper. Because you were pretty high on Amari Cooper.
That boy hot doo-doo butter. Come on, man.
Given who's
I know, I
under
was
him.
going to say Amari Pooper.
Well, no, I'm just saying as far as mouths to feed.
Yeah, but Amari Cooper's consistent. He's way more consistent.
They got 2 good tight ends. They got Zeke. They got Pollard. They got Gallup.
And they're also going to be losing
CeeDee
by
Lamb.
30 points every game.
Dak is coming back.
See me Fahoke, bro.
Just things to think about.
Dalton Schultz. Jarwin coming back.
Yep.
They got that one guy.
And really, Cooper at 12, he could be anywhere from 12 to 18.
I agree.
This whole bunch, even you go up to 10 to 18, 10 to 19 is I mean,
To be honest, I think it goes up to like 5. The 5 spot all the way down to like 24 could go any direction.
depends on who your top 5 are. Don't get me started on this guy. This boy had A.J. Brown at 10. Let's move on before my blood gets boiling.
Our consensus number 15, I think he grows more and more on me every year. DJ Moore.
Dude, the wide receiver 2s are full of my guys.
It's so hard not to love
Every
this
one
guy,
of these
man.
are my guys.
Yeah, I had DJ Moore at 15, right on the nose.
I had him
Back
at
to
16.
Back. I had him 15 too.
I would have had him lower if Bridgewater would have stayed.
Worse, lower.
That's what
Really?
I mean. If I would have had him probably in the 19-20 range if Bridgewater would have stayed. Because he wasn't Bridgewater's guy, first of all.
Do you think a healthy CMC hurts or helps him?
It helps him. It hurts Robbie.
Yeah.
If it hurts anybody of the receivers, it hurts Robbie because he does those.
The only reason I would disagree
Really?
with that is because Robbie is Darnold's guy.
One of these.
They have chemistry already. I just don't know if the offense is the same as it was at the Jets. I don't
know that there's chemistry. I mean, I get that they are aware of each other, but I don't know that there's chemistry. What was
they have a
Darnold's
whole season?
What was Darnold's stats 2 years ago?
I mean, Robbie Anderson's
He was
last
smoking
year
and
with the
choking too, bro.
Jets. I mean, Sam Darnold didn't have too terrible of a year, given the circumstance. And
Last
Robbie
year?
Anderson was like a top 16 wide receiver.
2 years ago, yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. They do have history together. So I don't know. I think I think Darnold's going to play better.
I think so too.
So I mean, not great. I don't think he's going to.
Whoa! I just saw Richie's ranking on Robbie Anderson. Yikes! You're drunk. Whoa!
Yeah.
I almost forgot him.
Fair enough. Better to include him than not include him, right?
All right. So just my take on DJ Moore. That's my guy.
It's always been. Your guy.
I will never ever ever leave the DJ Moore ship. Ever.
Well, I keep seeing crazy stats. Like he's putting
He's
up
so consistent.
same
He's so
stats as like
consistent.
DeAndre Hopkins did his first 3 years.
Well, that's my take. Yeah.
He's
it.
got
Credit me.
credit Bo.
Thanks, bud.
And then I seen another stat that he has like the top most 15 yards in the first 4 years of his career.
No, catches. He's like top 10 all time in catches in the first 3 years.
No, it's yards too.
That's why I said yards.
And the crazy, he's never had like a great quarterback throwing to
I wonder
him.
what his first name is.
It's Dave. I bet David.
It's probably something.
No, I'm sure it's something. If he goes by DJ, I'm sure it's
Demetrius.
All right, everyone, give a guess.
Dequarius.
Whoa! That's your guess? Racist. What's your guess?
Dave.
I'm 100% calling him this name
Dave.
forever. David? Okay, it's not so racist. What's that?
Demetrius.
His first name is Deniston. Dennis, T-O-N. His middle name is Oliver.
Where the hell's the J come from?
He's a junior.
Again,
Oh.
DJ Moore can probably fight. Anyway,
Denny. 100% from now on. We got Rod God and Denny Moore.
Danny Moore.
100%. 100.
I think me and Denny Moore went to school together in the 4th grade.
Seriously?
No,
Let's say he's like a lot younger than you, bro.
No, he's
easy,
talking about his dad.
easy.
Oh, he's senior. Denny Moore's senior.
Yeah.
He said easy.
By the way, we will be recording on my 50th birthday.
On your birthday?
Damn.
We got to figure out something on Saturday, by the
You
way.
got to put one hell of a cake in your face.
Why?
That's not
We'll
gonna
talk.
happen.
Cake?
Come on, man.
We don't have cake?
In his face. We just.
Yeah,
You can put it in my face.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Who's 15?
Moving on to 16.
Slap some cream on that bad boy.
Are you sure it's 16 or is it 15?
We're on 16.
15 was DJ Moore. 16 is the counterpart to Rod God. We got Mike Evans.
Where'd
Go
you have
ahead.
him, Ken?
I had him 11.
The only argument that I can see you
Touchdowns.
before you jump on it is that he's very touchdown dependent.
Yes,
But if
very.
he gets him, he'll be.
And
11.
he's gonna get him. He's gonna get him.
I think what really helped him, honestly, was those few games that Chris Godwin was out. Tom Brady lit up his stats. He favored him big time whenever Godwin was out.
Statman. I want you to prove it right now.
That's why I have Mike Evans at 19.
Hey, me too. Slap hands.
I think I got him at
Great
15.
word.
Hands. Slap hands.
What did he finish last year as a wide receiver?
Did you say that?
Did he?
What the fuck?
What he? Was he like?
I don't know.
Was he a top 12
11.
receiver?
11.
Yeah.
Wonder what his real name is.
Who?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, man.
This boy's middle name is Lynn.
Who?
why you're infatuated with
He's a
people's
junior
names?
too.
Can you
That's
pull
crazy.
up Chris Godwin? You see what games he
He's
missed?
a third.
He's a third. Yeah.
Oh.
Who is? Mike Evans?
ME3.
Lineage.
ME3.
All right.
ME3.
Yeah, I had him. It's all about touchdowns for me. That's why I had him up higher. And it's just
I hate that. That like as soon as I saw 11 on there, I'm like, oh, we got him. Oh, we got him, baby. We got him.
yeah, you got me. Nope.
And that is officially the last one that someone has ranked as a wide receiver 1.
Yep.
Bro,
But
I just went down and looked at Robbie Anderson.
With that being said, I also stay away from Mike Evans. I generally don't.
I've never hit right along with Julio Jones. I've never had him on a league.
I just
Godwin missed
he's
week
so
2,
has he
4,
ever-
5, and 8.
Has he ever not had a 1,000-yard season?
No, he's always had one. 7 straight years.
And what is his average touchdowns per season?
it's got to be 8.
It's high.
It's got to be
high.
8. It's got to be 8.
Talking about Mike Evans?
13, 8, 8, 5, 12, 3, 12.
Oh, so he had a
It's got to be around 8. It's
Bro,
around 8.
What a fantasy option. And I will never get him on my team.
Yeah, I generally stay away. Best ball, I've got him a few times,
I
but
just want to punch him.
So
He's got a really punchable face.
So-
Who are you talking about?
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
I asked if you're talking about Mike Evans like 4 times. You just kept going.
Ask me again.
so
No.
you talking
Godwin
about?
missed
Mike Evans.
2, 4, 5, and 8. Week 2, Evans put up 25. Week 4, Evans put up 27. Week 5, Evans put up 15. And week 8, he put up 16.
I mean,
So the first 2 weeks kind of made my point, but then the second 2 weeks.
What about targets? Because those other two, he might have had a lot of catches,
Yeah.
but not touchdowns.
10 targets in week 2, 8 targets in week 4, 9 targets in week 5, and 7 in week 8.
I don't think any of those would change very much.
Yeah. I mean,
But he scored
He produced, though.
40 points against Detroit in week 16.
okay. He always has a game like that.
That's
That dude's a beast. He's a beast.
I just
He's
don't
a
like him.
physics.
I just don't like him.
Mike Evans is a really good player.
The
I just
games that
don't
he
like him for
struggles,
fantasy.
one thing you don't do is you don't start Mike Evans against the Saints. He will not play well. Lattimore, I think, has his way with him.
Lattimore
They-
is alive.
They do not like each other at all. They fight after every play.
They finally moved everything to started the 21 season now.
He probably tells him that he's got a girl's name as a middle name.
They
It's under his
fight.
skin.
So
a
week
lot.
1 against New Orleans last year, 4 targets, 1 catch,
Yeah.
2 yards, and a touchdown.
Next game,
Week 9 against New Orleans, 6 targets, 4 catches, 64 yards,
Yeah.
no touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, that's the
why
one
do you
game.
always know what you're talking about? Stop. I want you to miss one time.
That's the one game you don't start Mike Evans is Saints.
Well, first off, you're going to start him.
Yeah, you're always.
If he's
Yeah,
on your
I mean-
team,
If you have a deep team, you leave him on your bench.
If you have Bo's team and Joe's, you're gonna put him on your bench.
he's not good enough for my team.
No, he's not. He's not young enough for your team.
This is also a fact.
All right, anything else on Mike Evans?
Moving on to 7. This one's actually kind of interesting.
Okay.
17. 3 of us have him at 17.
Dude, I'm on fire today. I'm 3 for 5 on rankings.
Adam Thielen.
Again, this is redraft.
Yep.
So you guys, 3 of you had him at 17, and even with me having him at 24, he was still at 17.
Well, yeah, because all these other ones are you.
They move around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
The
There's a-
ones
there-
between are
yeah.
skewed.
There's people so far off on these other ones that
yeah. I mean, he's just solid. I have him at 17. I thought that was a solid place. He might even finish even higher than 17.
Yeah,
he would be
we've
consistent.
mentioned before that he's absolutely going to regress on touchdowns, but even then, he's still going to be.
He's wide open every fucking play.
he's got the Mike Evans factor. He's going to score touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
He is open every fucking play.
I think Thielen is an upgrade on Mike Evans in that way that even if he doesn't score touchdowns, he's still going to get yardage.
All right, give me a Thielen comp. 3, 2, 1.
I can't.
Fail. Thielen comp. 3, 2, 1.
Mike Evans.
I can give you a bunch of poor. I think Thielen's a poor man's Antonio Brown. I mean, they're always open. They run real crisp routes. They don't drop the ball when it's thrown to them.
Thielen does not drop the
Yes. So he's always open. If the ball's on time, he will catch
ball. His spectacular catch in Madden has to be a 99 too. He's always making how did he grab that?
it. Yeah, and he does. He just if it's in his vicinity, his catch radius is enormous.
All right, so he's a very good example of someone that could fall in a draft.
Absolutely, because of his age. for
Where
sure.
are you taking him? Where are you like, okay, I can't pass on him
in the redraft?
in a redraft? Like 7, 8?
I would say 6, 7
His ADP is probably what, middle, end of the 5th?
Statman.
I have no idea.
On
how to look up
Sleeper?
ADP.
on sleeper. It should be. It
Yeah, you
should be
can-
right there.
All right, keep talking. I'll find it.
I think his dynasty obviously redraft is going to be way different than his redraft, but it's got to be in the 7.
I would think so too.
7. I can see what it is in best ball real quick.
His
I
ADP.
would be pretty confident in saying his ADP in redraft is middle of the 5th.
So this is dynasty. So, he's the number 34 dynasty receiver, an ADP, 89th overall.
Redraft probably cuts that in half because
I
of
was
its
gonna
age,
say-
so we're probably spot on.
Well, I can look at the lottery, our world famous lottery league that has a.
We'll
Redraft
plug lottery
rankings.
league real quick.
He is wide receiver number 20, ADP at 62.5.
Yeah,
So that's
sixth
round.
Yeah,
So 7th round, you're like, I can't pass on this guy anymore.
right. Absolutely.
Okay.
I would even go as far as 6th round. I mean,
I just farted.
Solid work over there.
Thanks, man.
Great time to just throw that in there.
Yeah, I just think he's a solid. He's a great depth guy. Especially even in dynasty, he's a good depth guy. Even though he's old, if you can plug him in a bye week or put him in your flex.
He's another guy. Like you said, benching Evans. There's no reason to bench Thielen.
It shouldn't.
I know. What was it last year? Gambone was starting him and Jefferson.
and
same
he was
time.
scoring. Yeah,
Someone's doing that in all pros right now.
Yeah, the thing about Thielen is he's going to be there unless he's hurt. he's going to get you some points.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get you 10 points at least. He's a great flex player for me.
Yep.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned.
If I'm going running back heavy early in a draft, or if I jump on a Mahomes early, or something like that, I jump on a Kelsey or a Kittle early in a draft, and he ends up my wide receiver too. At that point, I'm comfortable. At that point, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I'd like him to be a little lower, but I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Because you kind of already have your wide receiver 2 in your tight end spot.
Well, but I'm saying if you're going, yeah, sure.
Jefferson-
The tight end round, yeah.
Jefferson's emergence does nothing but
Help.
his value in fantasy.
Especially in the red zone.
I mean, it does nothing but help him.
I have him at 24 because I see touchdown regression in some kind of form or fashion.
He's still a wide receiver 2 to you.
That defense is better. Yeah, that defense is better. They're going to be in closer games. They're not going to have to throw the ball as much as they did, even though Cook still had probably 300 attempts. So I just see some touchdown regression.
The only thing that could happen is if something happens to Cousins. I see nothing on the horizon.
Well, something happens to Cousins that whole
Yeah, that's everybody.
Cook's getting 30 carries a game, and
That you can kiss Jefferson and Thielen goodbye.
Which one do they have? Kellen Mond?
Yeah, but I don't even know who the backup is.
Kellermond.
No, to him.
I mean,
The
third guy who's battling for the second?
Trevor Simeon.
Is it Simeon?
No, he's on Titans, I think.
I don't even know who it is. That's
I
why
have no idea. Okay.
Cousins generally doesn't get hurt. I'm just saying if
How do you
something
not
happens-
know a third string quarterback?
How dare you?
dude.
I'm a casual.
Jeez.
I'm a casual.
Wow.
My dad yelled at me. He was over at my house the other day. Apparently, I say GD a lot on the show.
Yeah, he yells you a lot about your cussing.
Is that cussing though?
No.
That's cursing.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on Mr. Thielen?
No, I'm good.
I call him Mister because he's my age.
He's really not. Is he 30? He might
30.
not. He's 30 on the nose.
Moving on to
He's a couple
18.
decades younger than anybody.
We got Roberto Woods.
Bobby Trees, baby. Let's go.
That's probably the best nickname in
Yeah,
the
Bobby
NFL. That's
Trees.
pretty funny.
Let's go.
Yeah, another safe guy to me. I have him at 19.
Yeah.
The only reason I have him so low is because it feels like him and Cooper Kupp flip years. Like 1 year, Kupp is the obvious one. The next year, it's Woods, and Woods had his last year. So I don't
think
know.
you would be surprised if you went and looked at Cooper Kupp's stats, that they're not as good as you think they are.
I was gonna say, needless
really
to
like
take
Cooper
that
Kupp,
take that I
but-
just said, I have Robert Woods higher than Cooper Kupp.
Well, no, I really like Cooper Kupp, but I'm just saying, we'll wait because there's a chance we're talking about him.
Other than last year, Cooper Kupp was touchdown dependent. Other than last year, that
Well,
neither one of them scored touchdowns last year. But yeah,
Robert Woods was so good in college, dude.
USC.
So good.
Yep, and he sucked at Buffalo, and then
I wouldn't say he sucked.
I know, but they'd never had a quarterback there.
Yep, I was
He
about
got
to say they
lost in
never
the
had a
shuffle.
quarterback.
He went to the Rams, and then everybody's like, "Oh, he can play."
Yeah. Well, he went back home.
Yep.
I think
Sometimes
Kupp,
that's what it takes. Juju, listen up, but first, thanks.
yeah, Kupp's had one good year so far in his career.
He's had. I mean, how many? He's probably.
He's pretty
Let's wait to
consistent.
talk. There's a 50% chance we're talking about him later in the show.
Yeah.
I had Robert Woods at 22.
I had him at 20.
Cooper Kupp was one of those casualties for me that kind of fell down. I just kept finding names that I liked better, but I do like Cooper.
I have one of those.
I do like
we'll
Cooper
get to
Kupp's game though. I think they play off each other very well. They both have significant roles in their offense. So, but yeah, Robert Woods, he gets carries, he gets
I think
bubble screens.
if Stafford's going to lean on anyone coming in to get comfortable in the offense, it's going to be him.
I agree.
So
Do you think
that's why
it's-
I like him.
Do you think it's fair that we have Woods and Kupp regressing because of Stafford?
Well, I have that whole offense.
Yeah,
my
I'm just
projection
saying,
is that
as a
offense regresses.
consensus, as a whole, we have them ranked lower than they both placed.
Finished like as in last year. No, I mean, look at these names. I mean,
Yeah,
I think the only reason there's regression is because there's progression from the other players on the list.
I agree.
Yeah, that's.
100%.
But like I said, I think Stafford is a lateral move to golf, and that was kind of a hot take. You guys thought that was kind of a hot take. I don't think his stats are going to be. I think they're going to be real similar to Goff's.
I've never thought Goff was. He is a below average at best quarterback, and I think Staff is far and away better. Has way more years of experience. Just that in itself makes him better.
So because Goff has had a better career as far as what they've achieved.
Just because he got to a Super Bowl, I mean, sure.
How many guys in the league right now?
I mean,
how many quarterbacks right now in the league can say that?
If you put Matt Stafford on that
Not
team,
very
I bet he
Jimmy
does it too.
Garoppolo.
He played for the fucking Lions. He can't do much with that.
He's been there
And what's
a long
happening
time.
to Jimmy Garoppolo right now?
The Rams were the best team in football that year. Matt Stafford wasn't on the best team in football.
As last year, Todd Gurley had 2 good knees.
But that's why I said we have to wait. We have to wait
R.I.P. and peace to them knees, dog.
and see what Stafford. The difference between Goff and Stafford is Goff is a safe. He's not going to try to throw it in a 2-inch area. Where Stafford, he tries to fit everything in.
Fit it in.
He tries to fit a square peg in a round hole all the time. So,
Fair enough.
You gotta do is
Playing
shave the
devil's
edges off, buddy.
advocate.
They'll go in.
what's who's next?
Number 19 is Kenny G.
Kenny Galladay.
Was
All
that
right.
18, 19?
19.
That was 19.
I have him at 16.
You're high.
I have him at 23.
I had him 18.
And I feel like even that's a little low.
He's just drinking on my list. 21.
I have him high because
He fits Danny Dimes'
yes.
goal.
Yeah. And he even though he is touchdown dependent because he is a touchdown dependent receiver.
That's based off 1 year stats, though. I mean, it's the only really
Right.
thing to go off of, but it's based off
Right.
of.
And even
years
in
ago.
the small package we had of last
Oh.
year. Yeah, my zipper was down, sorry. He had touchdowns in the 4 games or 5 games he played last year. So I just think that who else is he going to throw to consistently? Danny. I mean, he's got other weapons, but nobody other than Shepard who's proven none of those.
Darius Tony could make some noise. They got Slay.
Big play Slay.
I like to whenever I
Evan
talk rookies,
Ingram.
Evan,
You want to talk about hot dude?
Kevin Benjamin?
Kevin.
Kevin.
He's got 2 first names.
But I just don't see. I see his volume going up. That's the only reason I have him at 16. I just think he's going to have more volume with the Giants.
Do you know they have Kyle Rudolph? I found
Yes.
that out like yesterday and shit my pants. I was like, wait a minute.
Do you
I thought
realize
that fool retired?
You need to know that stuff if you're on a podcast about football.
Not if you're on a casual podcast.
Let's go. Slap hands.
Slap hands.
Clap hands. Thanks, guys.
Slap hands.
No, where did everybody else got him?
I got him
I'm-
at 18.
We already all said it.
Yeah, I have him at 23. Bo has him at 21, and I placed him as fairly as I thought I could. But after seeing your rankings and hearing about everything, I think he's in a system that fits him better. I think Danny Dimes has a progression year. I would not be surprised if Kenny Galladay places in the top 15.
Well, he can't have a regression year at 12 touchdowns.
What do you mean?
Danny Dimes.
I think.
Well, no, I'm just saying as
he
far
can
as
have a regression year. Oh, he still can. Trust me.
But Galladay might have as many touchdowns as Danny had last year. I mean,
That's
they
true.
might have it together.
Right.
That's the goal.
It's not out of the realm of reality. That's what I'm saying.
I think, and shout out Colton, he called before the podcast. I brought up Kenny Galladay in the talks that we were having. I think if we're expecting that progression from Danny Dimes, that Tony's going to help that progression more than KG, just because KG fits what he is now. If you want Danny Dimes to progress, he needs to figure out how to hit those guys like
He also
the
hasn't
routes
had
that Tony's
a-
going to run.
Healthy Barkley yet either. And, I mean, Barkley's going to help just being on the field.
I think
He's got to
if Danny Dimes
gotta
can
stay
come
on the
out
field.
and establish Kenny Galladay as that deep threat and make it effective, it opens up everybody.
Yep.
Kadarius Tony can come in and work. Saquon's going to eat. Everybody is going to have a field day from that.
Yeah, that's what the Browns missed last year.
He's just feeding into it. Now that you know about it.
Well, since they have a Patriot,
unconscious
a Bill Belichick tree coach, he comes out of that tree. I don't know if he's trying to make the offense New England like.
Oh, you're talking about Aaron Judge's uncle?
Yes.
Gotcha.
It's
Maybe
Uncle
his
Joe.
dad.
It's Uncle
He's
Joe.
mixed, isn't he?
Everybody's got an Uncle Joe, don't they? And-
Yeah, I do.
I didn't, but now through marriage I do.
But you could see Tony in the Edelman
Oh, wait.
role.
No, I don't.
You could see Tony in the Edelman role and allowing Galladay to operate outside.
Facts.
So
I definitely think
especially
it's a
with Saquon.
progression year for Jones. And it's going to help Galladay.
13 touchdowns incoming.
Yes. I blew up Daniel Jones. I thought he was going to go for, in my projections, he was over 4,000 yards, and I forget what
You predicted him to be
Spitball the touchdowns.
I think I had 27. I think is
fair.
what I had. That's running and throwing. Total, 27 total.
Might keep tripping on his shoelaces 10 yards short.
Oh, so who's 20 or 19?
Number 20.
Where the fuck we're at?
This is where it starts to get spicy.
Juicy. This is where we're getting juicy, baby.
Cortland Sutton.
Ooh.
And he's only 20 because I have him at 14.
And Ken and Bo are spot on. And Richie, where do you have him?
I can't count.
Ooh,
30.
You have 29 other guys above him.
Yes, I do. The only person I could see having him in front of right now with the quarterbacks that they have is probably Ayuk. Maybe Jamar Chase.
All right, you're gonna have to explain.
There's a 50% chance that we don't even talk about Ayuk next episode.
Yeah.
Based on our rankings.
We will.
I said 50%
Quit.
chance. Jesus
God
Christ.
dang. You ruin all the breaking news.
I moved on from GD to Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Dad.
You need to repent.
Your bullets.
Yeah, maybe I need to load it first.
Man down.
Always strap when I hit the studio.
Where'd that go?
It's right here.
Richie, give me that.
Did you mount that under the table?
We bought a holster. we made a holster out of it. We went
He just pulled the smoke out on me, bro. What the
Athlete, by
fuck?
the way, I know you saw that.
shout out to Menards, but me and Bo raided Menards and found something that we could make a holster out of under the table.
You gonna say something, bro?
Just got the smoke out on me. I don't know what else to say. I'm
take one.
flustered.
You can take one of the chests too, dog.
All right, man. I'm a fuck with you.
Where'd you where did Bo and Kim, where'd you guys have Sutton at?
21.
22.
I had
Where he
21.
should be.
And then you're at 14, Ben.
He's at 14.
Why so high, Ben?
The only argument you can make, I guess there's two of them that I'll accept. One is he just missed a whole season. Two is
Fresh legs.
no one knows who's throwing to him. Regardless of who is throwing to that motherfucker, he's what, 6'3", 210 pounds?
I believe he's taller than 6'3".
He might be 6'5".
I think he's 6'4".
Statman. Whoever
my
gets there
gosh.
first.
This dude is literally Adam Thielen, but taller and bigger. And he's 25 years old.
I said Dutton.
6'4", 216, but sleeper's always off somewhere or another, so we'll say 6'6",
I mean, dude,
225
it's-
for again.
There's one guy,
We'll say 6 foot.
but there's one guy every single year that comes out of the woodwork that I have to just jump on and ride throughout the season, and he's it. I mean, Cortland Sutton is a
He
beast,
is a Bronco.
man.
We going raw dog?
Yes.
Hey, he's going raw dog on Cortland Sutton.
Whoa.
He's
Yeah.
a beast, man, and he's gonna have that comeback year. ACL tears ain't shit to star players. There's research on that.
Ooh, he's a star.
I'm going to call my wife
Yes.
Portland tonight and see what happens.
Cortland.
Oh, I dare you to scream
He's
it right
serious. He's doing it.
Right when you bust.
Cortland.
I dare you.
Oh my god. That one did it. Remember that feeling you said you got the other day, Bo?
Oh, no, I love
That was
here
it.
so much at the same time.
That was it.
Like, I want to run over it and give Ken a hug, but at the same time, I want to give my dad an apology.
And Mama Kelsey.
So I
don't know
had
how
Cortland
much he
Sutton
loves
so low because of the QB situation, and he's got to come back in. He's got to prove it first. And they got Judy, and Judy's the better route runner.
Saquon just
So-
missed a season, and no one's saying he's got to come back and prove it.
Oh,
But he's going to get the workload. You know he's going to get the workload. You don't know Sutton's going to get it.
So you're telling me
You
that
don't know who, because
Tim Patrick and whatever
KJ
else
Hamler.
they have a lot of
muck that-
weapons.
Yeah.
They have a lot of weapons in that offense.
You're telling me
Albert
those two
O.
guys are a threat to Cortland Sutton's playing time.
It's not going to be effective. It's going to be who does Bridgewater or who does Locke favor to. When Locke's a starter, he did favor Sutton. But that was before Judy.
There's one Cortland Sutton stat that I want to read. Let
If you
me
read
give
that-
it a world.
He was going to break records because of one quarter.
why are you always...
Bro, I'm gonna.
That's my take.
In one quarter, Cortland Sutton was 3 for 6 with 66 yards. He was on pace for 102 targets, only 51 catches, and 1,100 yards.
Well, and that's just one quarter per game. You got to multiply that by... You got to multiply
Yeah.
66 by 4.
Yeah.
So 260
he was on pace for
yards a game.
4,000 yards receiving.
260 yards a game. times 16. Actually, add a game, so times 17.
No, I kept it where it was because I thought 1,100 was realistic if he did place at 16 games. But
0 tutties, huh?
0, no, that wasn't my projection. That just was statted out through 17 games.
I have a share
that
of
catch.
Sutton, so I'm hyping him up, of course. But I gotta see him do it first.
I love Cortland Sutton. What, did he just wear that?
No, he said as he's hyping it up, Ken went. So this is only for video. Ken did this.
I want Cortland
Sorry.
Sutton to be dominant. But I've never been a truther on Cortland Sutton, so
I wasn't until recently, man. You'll get there one day.
no. I where I have him, I think it's fair. I mean, he's going to be on a pitch count early. They're not just going to throw him out there 100% of the snaps. He's gonna and Bridgewater's proved he can keep 2 receivers relevant in fantasy
Yeah, that's fair.
with DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. So
So you think for his security, it's safer to have Teddy Bridgewater thrown to him?
correct.
Okay.
I don't think
All right, since
Drew Lock throwing to him is
this is our first ranking
yeah easy for you to
discrepancy.
say.
hard.
How do you spell that?
CUM.
This is our first ranking discrepancy.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we taking him in a redraft?
Discrepancy or outlier?
No, this is our first discrepancy as far as you got him as you're taking him according to your ranking. You're taking him like
4th round.
earlier than that.
Yeah,
Earlier,
third round.
You're taking him 8th round.
Yeah, 6th, 7th.
Where are we taking him?
I mean, I would probably he's probably going to be taken somewhere around Thielen for me. I mean, he's going to be somewhere in the 5th round probably for me.
I mean,
Because he's another guy that'll fall. People forget about him.
I mean, I'll be honest. If I'm taking Sutton in the 6th or 7th round, I'm excited. Like I'm
I mean,
ecstatic.
I don't think there's a chance in hell he falls to the 6th or 7th
But
round.
there's gonna be that Sutton truther like Ben is gonna take him in the 3rd round or 4th round
Yeah,
because they don't forget about Sutton.
the hardcore fantasy guy, he's not going to forget about
No.
Sutton. I mean,
And Ben's a hardcore fantasy guy.
he's casual. He already said that.
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't know about what's his name.
I was going to soak in that limelight for a
Kyle
minute, but
Rudolph.
thanks for taking it away from me, Ken.
He didn't know about Kyle Rudolph.
Moving on to the juiciest part of the day. We got number 21, Deontay Johnson.
Another discrepancy.
Yes,
This isn't a discrepancy. He is a discrepancy.
this is going to get ugly for Ben.
He is 21. I have him at 18.
I have him at 22.
Richie has him at 20.
Do it.
Ben has him
Do it.
unranked.
No, that's not true.
I know, 33.
I was like, what the fuck?
33. Unbelievable.
So there's 32 other dudes that you would take over him.
Yep. 100%.
All right, state your case.
You can't look at this list and tell me it's not close. For redraft,
Go ahead, state your case because you're going to get blown up.
you have
So
him higher.
before-
Why aren't you stating your case?
Before Ben loses his mind, do you have him higher in Dynasty or do you have him higher in Redraft?
He's absolutely higher in Dynasty.
I think he's higher in Redraft because without Ben, you don't know what to expect.
What relevance does that have?
He's higher in Dynasty.
I would rather have him with Roethlisberger.
In Dynasty, he's probably a top 15 receiver.
Maybe because of his age. But
Yeah, that's
I would really want to have him with Ben because you know what to expect.
the reason. So I have Deontay Johnson at 33. I have Juju at 20. And the reason I like Juju so much is because they brought him back for the 1-year deal. He's on a prove-it deal. Whether he stays or not isn't relevant. It's what he does after that. That's what he wants to prove. He wants to prove he's worth the money. And again, I know you're saying Ben this, Ben that. If Ben is healthy, that all of this falls into that. So that's all we're worried about. I don't know, man. Juju was relevant last year. Did he play every game?
I think so.
I
Juju?
think. Yeah,
I think
I'm
so.
pretty sure.
I think Juju had everyone's acting like it was a down year for him. I think he had like
I don't know
830
who you
some
calling
yards.
everyone.
Yes, he played every game.
Yeah, he had like 830 yards. I think all of them were in that realm. He had 9 touchdowns, what I think was tied with
He had-
Chase Claypool for 9.
He had 831
He's literally
Yeah, you
looking
like
at his
that?
computer.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at our rankings.
Stop it.
and 9
Bum.
touchdowns.
All right, so
Yeah, so I think I can see the touchdowns can go up, the yards can go up. There's plenty of room for progression there for Juju.
All right, I have a super honest question. How many times did you practice that speech in the mirror knowing that?
Not once.
all right, so
Not once on jaw.
That's pretty clear.
So let's
That's
so
good.
so here's So are we talking Juju Deontay? Are we talking the difference there?
No, I was just explaining. So I guess I should have mentioned Deontay Johnson at least once. So that's why I like Juju, and it's also why I don't like Deontay, because I think if one of those guys is going to come out and be the alpha and have the number 20 wide receiver year, it's going to be Juju. And if we're talking about redraft and their age isn't relevant, that just bumps DJ down for me.
So if you got the stats out, if I'm not mistaken, Juju had 82% of the snaps. If I'm not something 81%, somewhere in that vicinity.
He only had like 28 less targets than Deontay.
But Deontay only played 70% of the snaps. That's a big
15% of snaps.
Juju was
is a lot
definitely
of
on the
snaps.
field for at least 85% most games.
Yes. Deontay only played, and he missed. And
He also made more
Hold on,
TikToks than he
hold
had
on.
receptions.
Hold on. And Deontay missed, I think, 3 or 4 games and had 20 more targets than Juju.
I'm not saying it's not possible. I just
No,
think,
I'm saying he is Ben's guy.
Deontay is closer.
I don't think so.
Oh,
to-
he is absolutely Ben's guy.
Deontay is closer to that like 82,
Deontay?
Yes.
83%.
When Deontay's on the field, he is number one option.
Yes.
I disagree.
The stats don't lie. He is number one option.
Ben is, and we've mentioned this before, Ben is a god at getting rid of the ball as fast as possible. AFAP.
Just so you know, Deontay Johnson plays the Antonio Brown position. I'm sorry.
Exactly. And when Juju was the most valuable in his career, they had Antonio Brown.
So, yeah,
But he's not Antonio Brown. That's
Deontay
the
Johnson had 16 more targets and probably, you could say 3 less games.
difference. Yeah, he's the number one target in that offense. It's
But-
not even close.
Juju's catch percentage was pretty damn good.
Yeah. Everybody's was on that team
So was his end zone usage.
because they were only 7 yards from
How many
the-
touchdowns do you think Deontay had?
Deontay had 6.
Deontay played 15 games, right? 1,
Whoa.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think there was like,
8.
what, 2 or 3 games that he left?
He left like in the first quarter, yeah.
So 13 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games over 10 targets.
Yeah. I mean, he
Give me that money.
had
Who's got him
140.
in all pros?
I don't know.
DK Thriller?
Oh, he wants 2 first.
He had
For
100.
DJ?
Yeah.
DJ had 146 targets. I think it was 5th in the NFL. I think he was 5th in the whole
played 70%
NFL in
of
targets,
snaps.
and only played 70% of the snaps. That tells me he is by far
No,
the
he
number one.
played closer to 80%. It was close. It was
Check it.
I did.
I think it was only 70%.
No, he played
71.
every game he played. It was at least 82%.
Okay, but he's talking about total snaps.
total snaps. I think it was 71%.
Dude, look at it, man. I'll pull it up for you.
I have it on. I just looked at it.
You can't add.
Look-
You can't add.
I'm not. Look at every game. It's at least 80%.
But what he's saying is you can't add all the snaps and then divide it by 11 games.
Yes.
You divide it by 16 games.
16 games.
Okay.
You
If
divide
you're
it
dividing by
six-
16
he's
games, okay.
70%.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Even at the end of the year, he's still 5th.
He's
in
only-
targets.
The
set-
games he played, he was at least 80%. But if you want to divide it by 16 games, okay.
Because you're dividing Juju by 16 games, so that's how you have to keep
Son?
it relevant. That's how you have to keep it relevant. I mean, he's 10% less, and he's still 5th in the league in targets. But he also led the league in drops. So there's
if he catches those passes
In
that he
30
drops, he's probably higher than Juju.
yes.
Hold.
Juju don't drop the ball. I mean, very rare, very rare.
He had
some
97
drops.
receptions on 128 targets.
Juju's the type to get scared. Juju's the type to get scared and drop. DJ is the type that he's trying to make a play before he even.
The issue with Deontay last year is they kept putting him back for punt returns, and he kept getting hurt on
Yeah.
freaking punt returns. And they finally was like,
Well, that's
okay,
Tom
well,
before.
let's put Ray back there and let Ray get killed instead of
So I definitely have Deontay too low. But even after redoing everything in redraft, I would still take Juju before I took Deontay.
I'm not gonna poop on you for that.
No. I mean, any receiver, any irrelevant, they're going to throw the ball a lot.
Yep.
I mean,
It's the touchdowns for me. I mean, there was only a 2 touchdown difference, but I think Juju is more of an end zone threat than Deontay is.
Steelers are going to have 3 receivers in the top 30.
the not only that, but next year all Steelers receivers are going to be way down on the list. I'm just going to there's going to be no value next year. So,
You never know.
So jump on them this year.
You never know.
Oof.
Never
I don't-
know.
Who's next, Ben?
Yeah, we gotta get moving.
Moving on to we only have 3 left. Moving on to 22, we have Tyler Lockett.
Mr. Inconsistency, but
Well, that's why.
crazy stats. Crazy stats.
I don't know how he finishes a wide receiver 7. That's insane.
I have him at 21.
Well, he's as low as he is because of me.
I have him at 20.
I had 23.
I had him at 30.
I mean,
It's you never know.
you don't.
It is
You're not wrong.
and I really like Tyler Lockett. You mean you gave the stat that he's never dropped an end zone catch
Never
or target, ever.
I don't know how you can say Amari Cooper is garbage, but like Tyler Lockett.
I like Tyler Lockett as a person.
Aren't they literally the same
Hey,
fantasy player?
So that stat is crazy that he's never dropped an end zone target. You remember that throw that Russell Wilson had that like Lockett like ran all the way across the end zone and grabbed it in the corner?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Would that be considered a
that
drop?
one. Oh, that one.
if you
Would that
if
be
you're
considered a drop if you dropped it? Or
If he would have dropped it, then yeah, it would have been considered.
if you're let's use your roommate Jordan as an example. If you're a Tyler Lockett owner, he's going to win you weeks and he's going to lose you weeks. That's if you
It's
own
a
him
gamble every week.
because you have to start him every week. You have to. If you have him, you have to put him in your
Because he
in your
can put
lineup.
up wide receiver 1 overall numbers
Yeah, absolutely. And then he's wide receiver 48 the next week
or less.
I wouldn't draft Tyler Lockett and redraft unless I had a top 5 wide receiver ahead of him. Just so you have that security blanket of even if he doesn't have one of his 50-point weeks, you're still
Oh, you're saying
fine.
because he's a wide receiver too. I guess.
Yeah.
I would definitely draft him as my second receiver for sure.
Adam Thielen or Tyler Lockett?
Well, who do I have?
Adam Thielen.
Yeah, I'm going to take Adam Thielen in that.
I mean, Adam Thielen was talked about 5 guys ago. So,
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Adam Thielen on that one.
So
was
you'd
I
be
going?
confident going in with Amari Cooper and Tyler Lockett throughout the fantasy season.
well, there's weeks that you're
Together, both of them on the same team?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I would be upset with myself if I drafted both of them. But
That's kind of why I said I wouldn't take him unless I had a top 5 guy.
Tyler Lockett every single year drops in drafts. Every year, every
Yep.
single year.
He does.
his value in the
Here's my
auction.
repetitive question:
excuse me,
where's he going?
he's probably 4th round.
That is
Fifth
way too early.
It's probably
I'm telling you,
Someone's drafting.
mid
it's just him.
6th, early 7th.
Yeah.
What's his ADP? What's
Why am I honorary statman today?
Because I don't know how to
I
look
don't
that
like
shit up.
this. You just search.
It's
the
on
mother-
Sleeper?
yeah, it's on
Yeah.
Sleeper.
Just start a mock draft and then search
His
his
ADP
name.
is wide receiver 22,
Is that redraft or dynasty?
68 over 67.9, so 68th. So he's 6th round.
And he's probably going lower than that.
Yeah.
And I'd be shocked if he was gone by 68. That's part of the reason why I have him as low as he is. Every single year, he's a guy that like, oh, he's still there in like the 9th round. Oh yeah, I'll take him.
Because if you're getting Lockett as your wide receiver 3, I mean that's, and I mean in some cases if you go wide
I don't
receiver
know that
heavy,
I want him as my wide receiver 2.
Yeah. It's,
if you go wide receiver heavy, I mean that's he's probably going to be he could be a flex, and that's a perfect flex to have.
if I were to listen to this show and then make my rankings, I would probably be moving him down. Thanks, Bo.
You're cute.
Who's
Number
next?
23. It's actually kind of
Let's
insane.
go.
Yeah.
We ain't talked about it yet.
It's kind of insane that he's this low. But I don't know if it's because of the trade or not. Number 23, we got Julio Jones.
I have him at 26. This was all my rankings was pre-trade.
I have him at 18.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, I had him at 28.
I think 18 is fair, even if he was traded.
He's so hard to rank.
Mm-hmm.
As a Falcon, he was so hard to rank.
When
As a Titan, he's still so hard to rank.
I rank Julio Jones based on a 10 game.
Bro, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
I always rank him on a 10 game basis. I don't rank him on a full season basis.
I have never had Julio on a team, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Until now.
Till now.
Julio played 9 games last year.
66.
He was on pace, given a 17-game schedule, for 96 catches, 1,450 yards, and 6 touchdowns,
Which is an average Julio year.
which is insane.
That's an average Julio year.
And I think I wouldn't say A.J. Brown is light years ahead of Calvin Ridley, but I do think he's better. I don't know. I think
Well, you're
Julio's
trying to get that
walking
sloppy toppy on the show. Let's go.
Julio is walking into a good situation, man.
Quinn Torres.
If he can play at least 12 games,
My pants are getting tight right now.
I wouldn't mind him being on my team as a wide receiver 3.
Do you think that him coming out of the dome division is a factor?
I don't care.
It could be.
That's one of the factors. He plays in all good weather.
Mm-hmm.
Dome stadiums, Saints. Then you got
Tennessee.
the Panthers.
I mean, he's still in the South.
Yeah, but they have cold games in Tennessee. They have snow.
So does Carolina.
Yeah, they don't have snow.
Yes, they do.
Very rarely.
Bet.
Occasionally.
What's Carolina got to do with it?
No, I'm saying that he plays in that
He plays
division.
2 games a week.
Tampa. You got
Oh,
Tampa. Saints has a dome, and a lot
Is
of
Houston a dome?
yes, NRG is a dome. It's a retractable. So there's a lot
There's
of
2 games.
yeah. Well, the Colts have a dome.
There's 4 games. Oh,
It-
look.
that's what I'm
We got the
saying.
same amount of domes.
So, but I'm just saying, a lot of NFC
Ain't it?
teams, for whatever reason, have domes. I don't.
But we got the.
I think they're all going to be in domes pretty soon.
He went from the NFC South to the AFC South.
Yeah, I know. Tennessee is equal to Carolina. Jacksonville is equal to Tampa, and the other 2 teams are domes. So, no, it don't hurt them.
Okay, I'm just asking. It was just thrown.
Stick
Stick
out.
up for your guy, Bo.
Andy, if you don't shut, Andy's got the 2021. What year is it? 2021 NFL MVP on his team. So
The fact that he told A.J. Brown, nah, I'm straight. Keep your number. And he took 2. Whew.
bro,
Damn.
fire.
Yeah,
And
When
that's
is
your
it?
number. That's
When is it
awesome.
going on the website?
it'll be soon. I'm sure.
I need it yesterday.
It'll be soon. I'm sure. I mean, I hope he flourishes. I hope he has a full season.
You were pretty low on Julio, Ken.
Only because I just base it. Like I said,
It was
I based
before the trade.
Not only that, but I base his.
Because I have him at 28.
I don't think
And it
that
was-
changes much for Ken.
I just.
If
It's
I
a health
if I
thing.
do this again, he's definitely top 24. He's closer to that 21.
I don't move him.
I keep him the same.
Yeah.
The-
I don't blame you for moving him, but I don't move him.
This after trade, this is just for Richie because he has who I'm about to ask at 22. Would you rather have Julio Jones post trade or Odell?
I mean, you already know my answer.
Julio, a good answer, buddy.
Yeah, you already know my answer.
That's tough for me. That's a head scratcher for sure. That's the reason I asked.
I take Julio.
See, that's.
I mean, they're 6 spots difference for me. So
Mhm.
They're 10 spots different for me.
I actually have Odell 1 spot higher, but I take Julio in that.
In redraft.
I also have Odell. Where you do, Ken?
All right.
Rounding out the top 24, we got Cooper Cup.
Ooh.
I had him
Kupp.
right at 24.
I had him at 27.
I'm at 21.
I think Cooper Cup's one of those guys. As I just kept ranking, he just kept falling.
Oh, had him
I'm
at 36.
I'm trying. I'm trying to.
I'm at 26.
Yeah, I'm
Just fucking with
I
you.
know.
when
you
I was
called me, I'm
ranking,
like,
I'm like, this might be a good spot for, but I got this guy.
Mhm.
He was a casualty to me of other guys maybe just standing out more, but he is super consistent.
He was the one where every time I came to his name, I would think of like 2 other guys. Like, oh, shit, Adam Thielen. Oh, shit,
Absolutely.
Tyler Lockett.
I think what did he have 3 touchdowns last year? 4. I mean, if he has one of those seasons that he has
like I said, he's
9 touchdowns or 10 touchdowns, I mean, you're talking a whole different player. I mean, he had to have 90 catches. I don't. I'm just going.
Has he ever had 1,000 yards?
Yeah, absolutely.
2019. He had 974 last year. It was
Yeah.
close.
It's not 1,000.
He had what 90 catches, 89 catches, something
Yeah,
like
he-
that.
92.
He gets there for PPR for sure.
He had 3 touchdowns, I think, though. He
Yeah,
just didn't
if,
have.
if Mike Evans and Adam Thielen could donate him some tutties, he'd
How
be
many,
in there.
how many single-digit scoring games did he have last year?
he was
Probably 7.
he was definitely more consistent than like Tyler Lockett or someone.
4.
He was definitely more consistent than a Tyler
So
Lockett.
he's consistently a low-end wide receiver, 2 wide
But
receiver.
he also had a game that he had 15 catches for like 90 yards or some shit. I don't know what it was. 15.
He
for-
had 11 catches for 110 yards, 11 catches for 145, and 9 catches for 107. Those were his top 3 games.
So when he gets the catches, he gets there.
yeah, I mean,
But again, we mentioned with Bobby Trees that
yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the
Stafford's gonna
Miami
lean on
game.
it.
He
Yeah,
had
the-
20 targets.
Yeah, 20 targets.
Damn.
Yeah, there's games where he
Was
just
that the game that
he's
Woods missed?
uncoverable.
I think it's Miami.
Was that the game that Woods missed?
I don't think so.
I don't
I'd
think
like-
he missed a game at all.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm just trying to
Yeah,
find a
but
reason.
20 targets. That's the game I was talking about. I thought he had like 15 catches.
That was this past season?
He had 20 targets and
That's interesting on the Dolphins. Byron Jones and
he was uncoverable.
Xavier Howard. Sheesh.
Robert Woods had 6 games under 10 points.
What that Miami game? What do you have?
He had 8 targets, 7 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, but that's why I think I'm back to the golf thing. It's just going to be a lateral move. They're going to still put up the same stats.
Yeah, sure.
Fair enough.
I don't disagree.
All right. So, anything else on the top 24? Anything that jumps out?
No,
Or
sir.
the top 13 to 24 wide receiver twos?
Oh, excuse me.
Um,
Past my bedtime.
I just woke up.
Good morning.
I gotta go back to sleep.
Good night.
Next or Saturday, our next show, we're going to talk about. Well, we got to work something out.
Well,
Our
we'll
next-
talk about
Yeah,
it.
our next recording, we're going to talk AFC South, and we're going to
Ooh, I'll
yeah
have fun with that.
AFC South.
Get some more Julio talk.
So after this show, and then we'll do
Let's do it
what?
Friday.
Oh, I'm okay with that as long as I get some sleep. The
Inside joke.
and
Very, very inside.
next rank bank episode, we're going to do wide receiver 3, and then
And then mention some fours or
yeah, we'll mention some honorable mentions.
Yeah, which ones I'm really low on.
Yeah, and then our last rank bank show after that will be tight end 1 through 12. So we're almost through with that, and then we're going to get into some mock drafts.
I know you mentioned tight ends. Did you want to do like 1 through 16 or 1 through 18?
I think 1 through 12 and
Probably 12.
honorable mentions,
Okay.
like we
Okay.
do.
or
you
we'll
know.
just stop when we feel the need to.
Yeah, I mean, really, after 6, it all kind of runs the same.
Once Evan Ingram pops up, we'll just cut it.
And we got 3 divisions left in our fantasy breakdown, and then we can really start going mock heavy. Talking about getting the season going.
So, do you want me to drop what I mentioned to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I had an idea just for us 4. We can do a show on it. It can be like a bonus episode or something if you wanted to. I want to do a fantasy draft between us 4 of all-time players
That aren't playing now.
that are not active. Yeah. Just to have some fun, to show that. I mean, fantasy's so heavy right now. It wasn't in the past, but
It wasn't mainstream. It was
Yeah.
big, but it was. I hate to use the word underground, but it was all pencil paper.
well, yeah, newspapers, yeah.
USA Today.
I'll be down.
And no cheating and
That's-
looking up stats.
Yeah, that's
during the draft.
that's all. It's all.
Are we gonna have a pool of players? Or we just
It's
pick a random
everybody that's ever played.
I'm game to do it right after the show if you want.
I could do it right now.
Me too, 100%.
I could do it right now without even looking.
We were talking. I said I think Ben might struggle with a little bit just because I don't think he's been a fan like that as long.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
But you'll know, guys.
Yeah, they're all going to be in the
doing
NFL right now.
They're all in the Hall of
We're
Fame.
doing we're doing
No, they're
IDP too,
all
by the
wrong.
way. We're doing IDP for it too.
No. I'm definitely not participating.
Yeah, I could do it right now.
I want to do mock drafts. Who is shitting their pants religiously?
No, that was Mr. Neal.
That was Dick Neal.
Or he got mad when I called him Bitchy Squeal. Is his MC Bitchy Squeal instead of Richie Neal. He gets mad when I call him that.
That's kind of rude.
And we're
That's a
changing.
cool rapper name.
We
That's
got- we
a
gotta put
cool
that-
rapper name.
We got to
right
put that
there.
on that website that's getting so many views and clicks right now.
Yeah, the one that's not done.
Yep.
Yeah.
What episode is this?
This is episode 23, I believe.
Ugh.
Damn, Jordan.
We promised that.
Jordan
before.
episode.
Yep.
Braun.
Nope, he's number 6 now. Nice try.
He'll always be 23. But all right, guys. We're going to wrap this episode up. Hopefully we have some news to talk about the next episode. I don't hear any music. Oh, there it is.
What the fuck I just listened to?
Nice.
Right on time.
I'm going to shout out my or our YouTube channel since that bothers Ben so much.
Didn't bother me. I just heard it and was like, yeah, station. That's it.
I used to have to turn the TV, like you have to turn a knob, it clicks.
Funny enough, YouTube's app icon on iPhones used to be the TV with the antennas and the knobs on it.
Yep. I used to have to get up and go over and change it and go back and sit down.
Listen to the Casuals Fantasy Football Podcast on YouTube station 104.9.
That was money. Damn.
But yeah, it's the Casuals FFP at YouTube, and then we have Instagram and Twitter around with the same handle. And then if you want to email us, which no one ever does except for friends and family, to tell us how crappy we are at our jobs, it's
my dad sent an email out, well, and I talked to him a couple times because he's my dad.
Yeah.
He is adamant that the last 2 episodes are by far our best, and he's like, man, just the comfortability level that you guys are having is just. Sorry, Richie. Just as far. No, he's just saying as far as just.
Good night.
We're forming into just a comfortable group.
The emails.
Jesse just needs to take my spot.
The emails.
That was 2 episodes ago. It feels like a
damn, I missed the beat. Now you guys. It's the email is thecasualsffp@gmail.com. So please reach out. We're going to get another lottery draft together, get one on YouTube so you can watch it. So we're going to reenact one or something, or start a league or something. I don't know what we're going to do. So
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll soak it in cider. All right. Sorry about that. For the group. All right, thanks for listening and becoming a casualty.
See you.